a message from God to his child. Stop. You need to hear this message right now. Before the truth gets buried again, before the noise of the world drowns out the voice of your soul, you've learned to silence your own pain just so you could move forward. But I, your God, see all the things that others miss. I saw you when you held back your tears so no one else would feel uncomfortable. I felt you when you made yourself small in a room too small for your soul. I heard everything you never said, and felt everything you didn't even let yourself feel. You were never invisible to me. I stood beside you, in that silence, in that loneliness, in those moments you called normal. But to me, they were sacred. The world moved on, but I stayed with you. When you wrapped yourself in silence, thinking everyone had left you, I was whispering truth into your heart. I was holding every tear in my hands, like precious oil. I was preparing to honor you, not just before the world, but in the spirit, and for eternity. I have not forgotten you. I was watching. I am still watching. There was a celebration somewhere. Music, laughter, applause, a room filled with people, shining lights, stories filled with half-truths and full egos. You weren't there. Maybe they forgot to invite you, or maybe they left you out on purpose. But in the middle of that noise, one man paused. He looked around, and then stood up. Silence fell over the room, and he said, "Your presence is unique. Even in a noisy room, your absence is felt." His voice carried a weight that even heaven recognized. While others raised their glasses, he remembered you. While the world celebrated, heaven watched to see who would honor your name. He didn't speak from pity, he spoke from truth, because he saw what you've carried, what you've given, and what your silence has cost. Your absence in that room was a presence in itself, and I filled that emptiness with my glory. His words were not lost. I caught every letter and wrote them in the books of heaven, and now I am calling you so that you would know. You have been seen. You have been heard. You are worthy of honor. You are mine. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone. Someone out there needs this reminder that they are not alone. Type below, "I am not invisible in God's eyes." Remember that moment. The one that felt ordinary to you was sacred to me, divine. You thought no one saw when you held others together, even when there was no one holding you. But I saw. I have counted every act of compassion you've offered, every word of encouragement you gave without expecting anything in return. I have treasured it. I know. You stayed behind, cleaning up messes, physical and spiritual. But you are not forgotten. You were not discarded. You were planted like a seed. Your depths, your solitude, were never your grave. They were your greenhouse, a place of growth where I rooted you deep. Others bloomed fast and faded, but I anchored you into something eternal. You don't need to prove your worth. I've already declared your value in heaven. I am the one who breathes life into what the world ignores. And you, my beloved, you are not just seen. You are marked. You are chosen. You are wrapped in my boundless love. I see your tears. I hold them. and I will restore every single one. Remember when you asked, "Does this mean anything?" Yes, it does. Your quiet devotion shook the gates of hell. Your invisible service will echo for eternity. Your prayers, whispered with trembling hands and sealed lips, they have built altars in the spirit that no fire can consume. I know. You're tired. You've carried burdens no one even noticed. But today I say to you, what felt wasted will now become a testimony. You will see the fruit of seeds you sowed and forgot. Not a single thing you did in my name will go unnoticed. They didn't see, but I did. They didn't say thank you, but I am sending angels to pour honor over your head. You don't need their applause. When my approval rests on you, I'm not just near, I'm fighting for you. That celebration that felt incomplete without you. There was a reason. Your presence carries an anointing. Your voice, it shifts the atmosphere. Even when you think it doesn't. You were never meant to get lost in the crowd. You were meant to carry the anointing. And your absence is not just an empty space. It's a statement. The weight you carry cannot be replaced by noise or charm. That man who stood and spoke your name, he was moved by my spirit. He felt my ache. He said what others were too afraid to say, that without you something is missing. Yes, the party went on, but heaven counts differently. I don't count heads, I count hearts. And your heart, it carries heaven. Wherever you go, you carry something holy. You carry me. And you asked, why did I have to walk so alone? Because you were made for rooms. That often shut you out. But not because you were unworthy, but because you were more sacred than they could understand. Beloved soul, you are not forgotten. You are counted. You are chosen. If these words touched your heart, send them to someone else. Someone who might be feeling the same way. Comment, I am valuable in God's eyes. A special message for you. From God, you have been anointed. That's why many times I removed you from places where your soul was not honored. If you had stayed there, they would have used your presence, but ignored your purpose. They would have taken your peace, but never understood your journey. So I allowed your absence, not as punishment, but as protection. You were not forgotten. You were preserved. And now, I am about to bring you into rooms where not only will your name be known, it will be honored. Rooms where your soul won't grow weary, but will be refreshed. I have prepared a table for you where your seat is secure, and those who once overlooked you will one day testify God was with them, always. Now let me share a secret. The words spoken in your absence carried heavenly weight. That person's words were not just thoughts. They were prophecies. He said what I've always said about you. He called forth the truth that others tried to bury. And when he honored you, I honored him. That moment became an altar, a holy memory. I am the God who records every whispered truth, especially when it's spoken for those the world overlooks. You didn't hear it, but I did. And today, I'm sending you this message, so you know. It happened. They may never tell you, but I will. Your name holds weight in heaven, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. You are mine. You endured seasons, with no applause, no invitations, no one checking in, and yet you stood. You still believed. You still gave love, with empty hands. You shared joy, with a weary soul. And I saw it all. Nothing went unnoticed. Want to know a truth? The highest praise in heaven isn't the one that echoes through crowds. It's the one whispered through a weary soul's quiet faithfulness. I saw when you worshipped through pain, when you prayed in mourning, when you smiled through tears. Every time you chose love over bitterness, heaven paused and bowed in honor. I recorded those moments like someone writing sacred history. One day, the crown placed on your head will not only reflect your victories, but also your invisible battles. And it's because of those very battles that the enemy came against you so fiercely. But he lost, because you are still standing, still believing, still mine. Do not measure your worth by those temporary celebrations you weren't invited to. You are a citizen of an eternal kingdom. And in heaven, you are celebrated more than you can imagine. Every time you forgave, every time you chose humility, every time you said yes to my call instead of bitterness, you were being honored in heaven. You have always walked among royalty, even when this world rejected you. And now I'm about to shift everything. You will hear news, whispers, confirmations. Your name will rise again, but not because of your effort, because of mine. It is time you truly know whose you are. You are mine. You are marked. You are anointed. You are seen. You are treasured. If this message touched your heart, comment below. I belong to God. My name is written in heaven. God is saying to you, that same spirit, the one that inspired someone to speak your name with honor, will now begin to stir others too. People will begin to recognize what they once overlooked. They won't sense it through their minds anymore, but through their spirit. This is not about recognition. This is about divine alignment. I am not just giving you visibility. I am giving you space. You honored others, even when you had every right to ask for honor. You applauded them while tending to your own unseen wounds. That humility of yours, it's the fragrance of heaven. It is the aroma of Christ. And now I am sending restoration to your soul. I am pouring oil into the cracks you never showed anyone. You will rise now, but not in pride, in grace. And those who once doubted you will say, surely God was with them. I have prepared a reward for you. Eyes have not seen it, ears have not heard it. And it begins right here with this message. This is not emotional hype. This is a holy truth. I am the God who records even in the silence. I am the one who restores, who justifies, who places crowns in secret before the world ever sees. And this message is evidence that even words spoken in your absence carry weight in heaven. The music deepens slightly here. If your heart says this is true, comment below. 777, I recognize God's truth. Down, down, down. You thought. Maybe your absence didn't matter. But even they felt the loss of something sacred. There was laughter, but the echo felt hollow. because your spirit carries something heavenly. And when that presence is missing, even the light feels dimmer. You are a carrier of divine peace. You are a guardian of the glory in silence. And when they celebrated without you, your absence spoke louder than any word could. I don't need their acceptance to honor you. I honor you now. I breathe life into places you thought had forgotten you. You thought your invisibility meant you were insignificant. It didn't. It meant you were in preparation. I was shaping you in peace, so your roots would grow deep, so that when doors opened, you would not just arrive, you would enter in power. What they missed in you, I am now magnifying. What they ignored, I am now turning into declaration. Now listen closely. I saw what happened in secret. I saw you cry when you were once again overlooked. I heard those words, muffled into your pillow, when you thought no one was listening. I bent low. I didn't just see your pain. I sat with you in it. I didn't rush to give answers. I waited on your breath. And when you couldn't breathe anymore, I breathed for you. I held your soul like someone cradles a delicate flame, protecting it from the wind that tried to blow you out. That flame still burns today because I protected it. And now, it's your time to shine. What was hidden inside you is about to come forth, and this time, no one will be able to dim your light, because that light is mine, and it's within you. The one who kept you in secret is now going to reveal you in the open. Get ready. Your name's time has come. If this message resonated with your soul, comment below. I was never lost. I was being prepared. God is with me. God is saying to you, you are still alive. You walked through fires that could have burned you, but instead they purified you. And the glow that rests on your life today, that's me. That is what happens when fire meets faith. This is what it means to be beauty rising from ashes. I have spoken your name in rooms you've never even entered. I have etched your face on hearts you've never even met. You have not been forgotten. Heaven remembers you. And now, earth is beginning to recognize you too. Some doors are about to open. Not because you fought for them, but because someone will say, I don't know why, but we need this person here. That someone is me. My spirit is walking ahead of you. When others placed you last, I positioned you first, in places they couldn't even see. You thought they rejected you, but I was redirecting you. Their no was simply my not here, over there. I have never denied your worth. I am affirming your calling. And listen, your calling is still intact. I see how you've learned to live with a quiet ache inside. How you've held both joy and pain in the same pair of hands. But I didn't create you to be forgotten. I made you to be a reflection of my glory, and glory cannot be overlooked for long. The time is coming. You won't need to prove yourself. Your fruit will speak. The results of your obedience will echo louder than the silence of those hidden years. People will look and say, surely God was with them. And hear me, you don't have to chase the moment. The moment is chasing you. I have already sent it like a seed, and your tears have watered it. I know. You've let go of many dreams just to survive. You've buried your own hopes so others could have peace. You shrank yourself to fit into rooms too small for your soul. But I saw it all. When you held back your tears so no one else would feel uncomfortable. When you bore pain silently so no one else would feel burdened. You were not invisible to me. I was with you. In the silence, in the solitude, in those moments that felt ordinary to you but were holy to me. Now the time has come. I am shining remembrance upon you. The oil on your life can no longer be hidden. You will now rise in grace. Your silence will be answered. Your quiet service will now resound. Your name will rise again, but not by your effort, by my spirit. You thought you were erased, but the truth is, you were planted, and now it's harvest time. If this message resonates with your heart, type in the comments, I am alive, I am called, I am with God. Like, share, and subscribe. So these soul-touching messages continue to reach you and others who need them. God is saying to you, now is the time. You are about to bloom. Everything I have always seen in you, it is now ready to be revealed. You are a masterpiece, crafted in silence, refined by fire, and now prepared to emerge into the light. Those who are set apart often carry a weight, and you've felt that weight. The weight of living with feelings and vision that others simply cannot see. When you feel deeply, hope greatly, and sense the stirrings of other souls, that sensitivity is not your curse. It is your compass. It's what helps you understand the unseen realms with me. You are not too much. You are exactly who I created you to be. My heart beats inside you, which is why rejection hurts you so deeply, because you love with a pure and genuine love. But hear me. The heart that carries my burden can never be rejected by heaven. People may not understand it. They may fear it or push it away. But heaven calls it mine. You belong here. And I am making room for you, not just in heaven, but here on earth. You weren't left out because you were unworthy. You were set apart because your presence shifts atmospheres. And such power often feels threatening to those who cling to comfort. You walked into rooms, and opposition met you without a word. That wasn't failure. It was spiritual resistance. Because where light enters, darkness feels exposed. So don't hide the light I placed in you. The rooms I'm calling you into now will not only recognize your light, they will welcome it. And those who once tried to block you will have no authority in the places I am taking you. Their walls can't contain your calling. I've seen how your heart remained pure through every wound, every rejection. That's why now you're rising, not by pressure, but by grace. And when I open a door, no one can shut it. I remember that moment when you stopped praying for applause and instead said to me, Lord, I just want to be aligned with you. That was the moment everything shifted. You stopped chasing the crowd and started seeking me. You stopped looking for backstage passes and grabbed hold of your purpose. And right there, in that quiet transformation of your soul, I met you. You are about to bloom. Like a seed once buried in the soil, you've now grown roots. And I am lifting you up. You didn't lift yourself. So now I am lifting you. Because those who are humble, I raise up at the right time. If this message resonates with your heart, type in the comments, I was set apart and now I am ready. Like, share, and subscribe so that more souls can receive messages that awaken and heal. God is saying to you, you may have felt like nothing was happening, but construction was underway in heaven. I was in process, aligning people, places, and timing together. You thought it was a delay, but I knew it was preparation. What you saw as a block was actually careful cultivation. I forgot nothing. Not that hidden act of faith, not those tear-soaked prayers, not the sacrifices no one ever acknowledged. Every detail I've woven into my story, a story that only I could write. That person who spoke your name that night. That wasn't a coincidence. I placed your name on their heart because that room needed a reminder of the one they had forgotten. Those words were revelations. You don't even know how many times I prompted someone to speak on your behalf. Even when you weren't there, you don't know how many hearts were stirred by your very presence just because someone said, "This person matters." That was me, speaking for you, lifting your name, not for fame, but for divine recognition, because who you are is deeply precious to heaven. Everywhere you've been, you've left traces of my love. And now, it's harvest time. The things said in your absence, they weren't just words, they were echoes of my heavenly decree. You may not have been at the table, but your impact was. Now your place is being reestablished. Not as a guest, but as a voice. You won't have to prove anything. You'll enter with the same peace you offered others, even when no one offered it to you. And that is what I'm now multiplying. Your name, your words spoken in silence, your quiet service of peace. All of it is now responding, because what was sown in faith will now bear fruit in my perfect timing. If this message feels like it was spoken directly to your heart, comment below. My time has come. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you want more of these divine messages to reach your life and spirit, the time has come. Heaven is calling your name. That man who recognized you, he was just the beginning. He was a signpost, a forerunner. And now, more are coming. People who will see you, speak about you, honor you, not because you seek recognition, but because I am a God of justice. I don't just heal wounds, I restore glory to the wounded. Your vindication will not come through revenge, but through resurrection. What they tried to bury will now rise in glory. Do not grow weary in doing good. Even in dry places, you have sown good seeds. You blessed others while quietly bleeding within. You chose love when bitterness was the easier option. And I saw every moment, every decision was a seed. And now I, the God of the harvest, have come with rain. You will now receive the fruit of what you sowed, not just in heaven, but here, on earth. The celebration that once passed you by will now be outshone by what I myself have prepared for you. This is not revenge. This is your reward. I reward those who endure and yet do not lose faith. You are not forgotten. You are fully known. You are mine. And now I've brought this message to your ears, not just for comfort, but for activation. Now is the time to rise. You will stand again. You will speak again. But this time with peace and power. The ground will tremble beneath your feet, because now I walk with you. If this message was for you, comment below, "I am ready, Lord," or simply 777. If you believe this is your time for divine justice and resurrection. Like, share, and subscribe this video if you want to help spread this divine voice to others who need to hear it. God says, "Now I myself am calling your name, and when I call, doors don't delay, they open." God says to you, this message is no coincidence, it is confirmation, a divine announcement. Even the words spoken without you present carried heavenly weight. Type 777. If you believe this is the truth God is now revealing, you questioned your impact. Because the applause felt faint. But when you chose faith over fear, there was thunder in heaven. You have been a quiet storm, shaking mountains in prayer, shifting hearts through compassion, spreading love without seeking spotlight. You may not have seen the waves, but others felt the ripples. Your life sparked a revolution in the unseen. That man who spoke your name in that room, he was not alone. Your life has touched many hearts silently, even if they never told you. And now, I am revealing all that has been growing in secret. Hidden gardens will now bloom. This is not just a testimony of your faithfulness, it is a testimony of mine. You've waited long, but I am not slow. I am perfect. What is coming next will restore everything that once felt lost. Hear me clearly. A shift has begun. The person now stepping forward is not the same one who was once overlooked. You've grown. You've healed. You've gone deep. What I am now placing upon you is not just restoration, it is authority. You will enter new spaces with quiet power, not seeking fame, but bringing impact through grace. Your roots are now so deep, they can carry the weight of this new responsibility. Your light will no longer be hidden by shame. Arise, shine, for your light has come. No more hesitation. No more silence born of shame. Now only holy boldness, born of revelation. Every tear, every lonely meal, every night you watched others celebrate while you struggled in silence. I was there. I protected you, kept your spirit safe, hid your gift so it would not be mishandled. Now the doors I open will not just accept your presence, they will honor it. You will no longer need to shrink. You will show up as you are, and they will recognize my oil upon you. The fragrance on your life is the scent of heaven. The words spoken without you were not just words, they were prophecies. The moment that man spoke your name, something shifted in the spiritual realm. A veil was torn, a remembrance was awakened. And now I say, you were never written out of the story, you were always meant to be in it. You are not a footnote, you are a full chapter. Now is the time for your story to be fulfilled. With resurrection and glory, you will see the fruit of your labor, honor where there was once pain, and finally, me, the God who has quietly counted every tear. This is not just encouragement. This is a proclamation. This is the sign your soul needed, even when you didn't know how to ask for it. Type 777 in the comments if you believe God is now revealing your truth. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to this channel if you felt this message was spoken directly to you. And always remember, you are not unseen. You are undefeated in me.